And welcome to Bryant and Baden. Michael Bryant here, Linda Kenny Baden there. Oh, and it sounds like my dog is here as well. So today...
Wait, before you go that, introduce your dog.
Oh, Domino. Yeah, that's right, Domino. I don't know if Domino actually a stripper's name, but it is a male dog. I don't know how that all happened, but
also you play dominoes. It's a game,
I'm sure
just
he'll
like
make
a male.
some appearances. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, great.
I know. So anyway, today in New Mexico, there has been the launch of that case that we've been hearing about off and on since it happened October 21st, 2021, and that is the shooting death of Halyna Hutchins, who was the DP for the movie Rust, starring Alec Baldwin. Not his trial starting today, though. It is the trial of the armorer, Halyna Gutierrez. Halyna Gutierrez Reed, I believe is her full, complete name there. And so she's looking at 2 cases of involuntary manslaughter, which is basically mishandling, being reckless, being negligent. It's not an intentional act. So we're hearing the details more than we've heard to this date, Linda, about what happened on that set.
Oh my God, fuck. Are they okay?
Hey, Santa Fe, we need more units out here.
I've
never been inside, I don't
know.
There was a history of some mishaps with gunfire, even though blanks were used in those prior incidents. But this is going to unfold as Alec Baldwin awaits his trial to come later this year. And it's going to be very interesting to lay the groundwork for what we'll hear in the trial against him. Any thoughts on this thing?
Yeah. First of all, we learned that there were 6 live rounds on the set. And apparently she is going to be blaming somebody and a cast member who may have had it out to get her by putting these live rounds in the set. I'm not sure how that's going to fly, Michael, because she's the armor. When that bullet goes into that gun or the partridge or whatever, the blank, whatever you want to call it, right? She is the one responsible for it, even though there was a second line of defense. The first producer, right, is supposed to follow her so that there are no mishaps. But the reason why you have an armorer on the set is to prevent these things exactly from happening.
Okay,
We got Browns here.
Okay, no, so this is the one I'm pretty sure. This is that's the one. And okay. Sorry.
You're okay.
Sorry.
Just relax. Just relax.
I'm so scared.
You're all right. Just relax.
So here's the box that I got them out of.
Okay, you're all right there.
With regard to Baldwin, if I'm his attorneys, I am just sitting there because now I'm seeing all of the evidence. I have all the cross-examination, many of the same witnesses, and I will be prepared to really rip when it comes to his trial.
During the opening statement, we heard from the attorney for Halyna Gutierrez Reed that there was an issue with, the difference between a dummy round and a live round. Obviously, it's a problem. Most people would say, what the hell is a live round even doing anywhere near the set? But getting past that, he mentioned something interesting, I thought. Not only does it look different, and it does, because you can see there's let me show you. There's kind of it's a metal.
Let me lean in and look.
It's a metal piece of, that's the bullet. The rest is the casing. That's the bullet. If you see a dummy round, see how it's pinched at the front?
Right.
And that's just the wadding, they call it, inside. From the back, they kind of look the same. But not from the front. But he said there would be a difference. There's a different sound of them. So, there's another one.
What are you dropping? Which ones are you dropping?
Those are a bag of dummy rounds with a few real bullets mixed in, and you could tell here's when the real bullet hits this hard surface. Okay, here's the dummy round.
Right.
Can you hear the difference there?
I hear the difference here.
This is not exactly a scientific environment here, but it just sounds like it's heavier. It's got more metal, and this defense attorney is suggesting that those before Halyna Gutierrez Reed put her hands on the gun and the ammo should have noticed, and kept her from making the mistake she made. It's an argument.
Well, it's an argument. That's all I can say. I haven't been a seasoned defense attorney. It's an argument. I mean, I think that she's got to put the blame on somebody else down the line, like Alec Baldwin. If I were trying the case and saying somehow that gun ended up out of my hands, out of my first AD hands, to somebody else beforehand, not just somebody who has a vendetta against me, but maybe Alec Baldwin. Maybe people were playing. Maybe they wanted more of a sound. Maybe somebody was playing with it. I mean, that would be my defense. And I've just tried a few cases. We had a little case called Jason Williams in New Jersey, and I put together the defense, by the way, in his skeet shooting rifle, that went off without him pulling the trigger. And by the way, there were some misfires, right? You heard about some misfires today, right?
Right, and they were described as when you don't release the hammer slowly enough. If you have a double action weapon, when you pull the trigger, the gun it cocks. You continue to pull the trigger, and it releases. That's called a double action. So when you get back to that single action, and the hammer is cocked, you can release it manually, very slowly, and then the gun doesn't fire. But if you release it and it kind of snaps back, that gun's going off. And they suggest that's what happened in these prior incidents.
Well, also, as I said in my little case here, if the gun is old, which it turns out this gun is not old, it's made to look old, so that's a little bit different. But if the gun was old, sometimes you can get all this kind of stuff that should have been cleaned out of the inside of the hammer, right? And if you then, there they go, there goes those balls. I don't have anything. I only have hairspray to use. Okay, so this is my prop. I have hairspray, right?
If you hold that with a lighter in the front of it, that's like a major torch.
I know, but if you hit something really hard and it's old and there's stuff between the hammer and the sears and all, it can go off without you actually pulling the trigger. I'm not sure what the evidence is here. I don't think my hairspray will do it, but that's just a demonstrative exhibit, not like yours, Michael. I don't have any bullets. We're here in New York City, and New York City we don't have those.
No, you're not allowed. Only the crooks can have them. Okay, here's the one thing we know. In this case and in the Alec Baldwin case, people are pointing fingers everywhere but themselves. And that's how this is going to play out in this first case.
And unfortunately, somebody is dead. And it's truly not just a tragedy. I think there's a crime here somewhere.